Greetings, my beautiful patriots, starseeds, and light workers. Of course, our brave military and our galactic brothers and sisters doing everything they can to protect our Constitution in the United States Republic and, of course, the state of Canada. Now, I'm going to lay it out as fast as I can and do a summary, a speed education on how this is going to play out, okay? And I am only really right now focused in on the people that need the money. I mean, everybody needs the money right now, and the money's rightfully yours. But we have to understand there's a war going on right now, and it's a Trump and his team, and I'm going to say team because it's a large group of patriots there are up against the large group of deep state globalists, okay? And this is a power struggle. Now, the cabal is losing power. The patriots are regaining the power. Everything is, in the works and shifting towards the people of the righteous, okay? And the evil criminals are getting their ass spanked right now. This is where we're at. The banks, what I say banks, are part of the cabal, okay? All the central banks are part of the cabal. And, even some of the credit unions are part of the cabal. They might look like a family-run little operation or whatever, but you have to look deeper into that. We have to step back and look at through a wider lens of what's actually happening out there, okay? And what I'm trying to get across to everybody, like I say, I'm just a messenger. I'm, based on a lot of years of experience in, real estate that I've owned and banks that I've, dealt with. And what I'm seeing now is the collapse of the banking system as we know it. The redemption centers will be taking the place of, to initially get us the money that is owed to us back to us. Somebody's commented that you're saying that the QFS is dangerous. Well, no, it's not. They're they're heavily guarded. But the only danger you're going to find is if you open up your mouth and start blabbing off to everybody that you're receiving all kinds of money and it's coming this way and it's how much and this is where I picked it up, and that is just that's a financial suicide. So that's why these NDAs have to be signed and they have to be obeyed, because we are in a conflict. I can go deep into the galactic end of it and tell you exactly how this thing's all playing out, whatever. But you have to understand that Trump, at the bottom line, does not want to harm anybody or anything. He wants to take out the evil that every country holds. That's it. Trump is a businessman. He wants to do business. He wants to do business with Iran and maybe soon to be the new Israel, if there is going to be one. Everybody's got speculations out there, what is going to be or what, and, he wants to also form a united America, such as Canada and Greenland and Mexico and stuff like that, to make it a stronger, more united continent and safer continent. Because, to see what's going on in the world right now, it's not hard to understand this. And why not? Why not? I mean, the name North America has a name to it. It's not north of Canada. It's not north of, of the USA. It's North America. So, I concur with what Trump is trying to do, because if we unite, we become much stronger. Now, there's a lot bigger stuff on this planet than what we seem to think about. There's a higher order out there. There's all kinds of things that we have to be made aware of. We have been, as a species, been kept in the dark on all this stuff that has been going on. But my main focus right now is to make sure that people are comfortable financially to get this stuff underway. Okay? Once we have that, I can be here to explain the good things to invest in, and I'm never going to ask for money. Okay? It's my title. I never ask for money. That's my title. Okay? I'm doing this out of the goodness of what God wants me to do. Okay? This is strictly a volunteer job, and everything that I'm saying is from my own years of experience in the building sector, in the home building and home ownership sector, and in international countries that I've built in as a site supervisor. Okay, so I've got lots of experience in this stuff, and I like to get that out there and guide everybody through this gauntlet of craziness that we're dealing with right now. The redemption centers are totally different than from the banks. They are enemies of each other. You know, if you got the redemption centers, that's going to wipe out the banks. And there is a period of time that, I mean, everybody's got their money in the banks right now, which we have told you, I've told you in the past, to get 90% of it out and turn it into a material, because we are a material-based economy. Okay, we're a material-based economy. Silver, gold, land, machinery, anything that will help you clear the land or do a farm thing, any type of stuff like that, cows, horses, anything that you can put your hand on there and give it a big kiss. That is the true value of what you're worth, other than, your spiritual connection with God. But what I'm trying to say to you is that money in any sort of holding area, it's only money, and you cannot eat it. And then they'll say, okay, well, you can't eat gold and silver. Yes, but you can do a lot of things. You can buy a lot of things with that gold and silver, and it's appreciating all the time. Now, jumping from this over to gold and silver, I said the other day that there's a possibility, based on the information I'm getting, that, Trump wants to bring down the cabals market. And what do they hold? How much hidden gold do they still have? Although Trump has recovered, trillions and trillions of dollars in gold from the cabal, where they basically found through the Space Force and military intel, there might be a lot more that is not hidden that they will need, and that they're still feeding off of. Okay, so there's a chance that he might just say, well, I'm going to just take all the gold that has been recovered and seized and throw that onto the market and crash the gold market. Now, there will be a stock market crash, because that is just all that is a casino for the elite, okay, for the cabal. And if you're not part of the cabal, then you've been getting your ass slapped in the stock market, and I would highly advise you get your money out of there. Okay, this is how this is going to work out. Now, if gold floods the market, it'll drive it down to $100 an ounce, and that's quite very possible, because there's enough hidden gold out there that they could do that. Okay, it's not just quite a push of a button, but all they have to do is put that declaration and say that there is that amount of gold on the market, and we have such abundance of gold, it's going to drive the market down. That's drive the price of it down. Now, what I heard, and I've been hearing this through the grapevine, that silver for decades and decades been used for industrial powers, for lots of industrial stuff, and it's being depleted. Even though they're pulling 7 times as much silver out of the ground as gold, they're using it for all this industrial stuff, like it's chocolate cake. So it's it's being used up. So they can't pull it out of the ground fast enough. And once people find out about that, there's going to be more of a demand to buy this stuff, because knowing that there's going to, there's not as much as we thought there was on this plant, whatever. So whether it's a renewable resource or not, that's beside the point. It's a matter of trying to go for it to get it out of the ground. That takes money, time, and a lot of labor to do that. That's going to drive the price up. And, through contacts that I know, it said it could drive it to $30,000. Now, all the gurus out there right now, well-respected metals dealers right now, are saying it can go to $300 to $500 an ounce before the end of this year. That's what they're saying. I think it's going to go to over $1,000 by the end of this year. Now we'll see who's right. Because there's still the EBS that we have to deal with, which is going to be coming on. Now, make no mistake, everybody. We're in a power struggle, and Trump, more than anybody, wants to get this, this bad money that was stolen, or this good money that was stolen from bad people, out to the righteous, and that will itself change the planet. Okay? Yes, there's going to be some risk involved, because we're in war times right now. And but like it says, it's not like you're able to see it. We have to deprogram ourselves from all the lies that we've been told. We have to deprogram ourselves and start thinking outside the box, and start thinking that, what would we do if banks never existed? That's what we cannot rely on, putting our money into a bank system that they can lock the door and hold your money. That's how this thing is going to be played out. And that's the only way that I can protect myself after all. How many times I've been greased over by the government or shady criminals, characters that I had to do dealings with through my building practice. There's a lot of snakes out there, and nobody seems to want to fly straight anymore. So this is what my advice to everybody right now is: the money that you got or whatever, you can change it into foreign currency if you don't have a lot. Change it into some Vietnamese dong. You get 15,000 to 1 Canadian right now, and that's a good return. Even if you buy $200 or $300 worth, that's a big return. There's going to be a window there where all the money has to be even playing field on the planet to do trade, and eventually. And I just heard that the Indonesian rupiah Indonesia's just been accepted by the BRICS. Now they're going to join, and so keep your eye on the Indonesian rupiah, because that's about to take off too now. So both of those, Indonesian rupiah is 12,000 to 1 Canadian. Vietnamese dong is 15,000 to 1 Canadian, and silver is I think closed on Friday, yesterday at 36.22 American. So that's about, that's pushing like $52, $53. And I was buying that stuff for 17 to 20 bucks, not even 2 years ago. So this is where this is going. I mean, the writing's on the wall. Okay. Bye for now. I'll see you on the next one.